like go back to my living styles because I was still like every single day, I was just still really scared about like the symptoms and I was still confused in what was going on and everything. Cause what I also had was racing thoughts. So I always like thought like, oh, like something's gonna happen to me, or if anything, when I Googled those things, like what's going on, like it says something about like schizophrenia, bipolar, and like a lot of other things. So I was just like, oh my God, I think I have that. I think I have that. I think I have that. And yeah, like it got to the point where like I started like noticing that like everything looks unreal. So I told my therapist that I was like, everything's looking kind of unreal.
Hmm.
And she told me, oh, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. So I think we're gonna have to send you to someone else. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, I mean, okay. So they sent me to someone else, and she was actually like a psychologist for schizophrenics
Hmm.
because they started thinking that maybe I do have it. But once I went with her and I talked to her, they told me you do not have it at all. Like you do
Hmm.
not have schizophrenia. There's no way you don't have it because you're not seeing anything or hearing anything, right? And I'm just like, I mean, no, but I feel like maybe it could come to me. Like maybe it could come to me. And I just kept thinking it could still come, it could still come. And then they're like, no, it's genetic. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's genetic, but like what if I'm the first one that's like gonna be in my family to have it? And I like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And yeah, and I was just thinking that I'm like, what if like it's just I don't know, like the chemicals just make it I don't know, make it so I could be the first one in my family to have it and stuff like that. Oh my God, I was just going downhill with that.
How's it going? Shaan here from the Bye Bye Panic Mentorship Program, and I have Saraì, who's going to be sharing with you her recovery story so far. Now, Saraì, much like you, had a very similar story. She was afraid, she was bipolar, schizophrenic, she had really intense physical symptoms that made her go to the doctor frequently. She was experiencing intense panic attacks. She tried to do everything that she could to get better. And what she's going to be sharing with you is really how her recovery journey is up to this point. I don't want to share too much because I want her to be sharing her story. But what I can tell you from Saraì is that she puts in the work. She's very driven. She was really open to focusing on recovery and the steps that took rather than being afraid of what if this doesn't work. And overall, she just has a great attitude. Now, before we get started, I want to share with you something that Saraì sent me that actually inspired me to invite her to the channel. And this is a video of her driving. Driving was one of the most difficult things for her. And after going through the program and as she starts learning how to respond to her symptoms and her symptoms subsiding, well, here's how she reacts.
Ah! Si c'est puro! C'est puro! Yo pude!
So as you can tell, as she's recovering, as she's making progress and growth, there's a lot of enthusiasm, there's a lot of excitement. So without further ado, let's get into the interview. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I have Saraì here, and she's been gracious enough to talk to us about her anxiety recovery journey so far, and just hopping on to just share her story, really. And so, Saraì, welcome. How you doing?
Thank you. And I'm doing good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get it started. Okay. What was your most like debilitating anxiety symptoms? Like what was like the most like intense one for you?
Wow. I actually had a lot, if I'll be honest. I had a lot of physical symptoms. I also experienced really bad derealization, depersonalization, and
Mm-hmm.
depression.
Mm-hmm.
They were all really bad. There isn't just one that was bad. I
Yeah.
think they were all pretty bad. I'd say the depersonalization was, I think, the most scariest because I didn't know what was going on at that time. I was just like, oh my God, like what is this? Like, why does that when I look at my hands, like why do they look so far away? Or why does it not feel like it's mine? Like it's my body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that was pretty creepy, yeah, to feel and go through.
Yeah, yeah. No, those are like one of the most scariest ones. Did you ever like experience like panic attacks and stuff as well? Like, did you get
Oh
those?
my God, 24/7. If I'm gonna be honest, like they did not leave me alone. Yeah, I experienced really bad panic attacks, like on Honestly, I don't think it was more like panic attacks where it was just one moment. If
Mhm.
anything, I think I felt scared like all the time. Like there is no time where I felt peace or where like it went away.
Yeah.
No, I was scared like every second of the days. If I'm gonna be honest, yeah.
And how, did it prevent you from like doing things like driving or like going to like, going to work, going to school?
Many
How did it
things. Oh yeah. If anything, it started for me in my junior year of high school.
go?
That's
Hmm.
when it started for me. Actually, at the beginning of my junior year of high school. So I used to be someone who was very like happy, if I'm gonna be honest, very confident. I didn't care what anyone thought of me. Like I would say hi to literally anyone, say good morning, and all that. And I honestly just turned into a very, very anxious person after that. Cause I like looked I just like look down whenever I walk and stuff like that. Like I just changed completely if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, in many ways. Like I couldn't focus on my schoolwork anymore. I was in AP and honors classes, and I was also a varsity athlete in track and field.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of things going on, but after like my first panic attack, I wasn't able to like concentrate or do any of that to my full potential at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I changed completely, like literally like 360. Like, yeah, I changed in a lot of ways.
Yeah, for me, it happened the same way. It like started off as like a panic attack, and I didn't know. So
Yeah.
how did that happen? Like, how did you experience the panic attack? Was it like at school? Was it at home? Like, how did that whole process like look like?
Well, during the time when it like started, I was really stressed with like AP and my honor classes and like with my varsity sport. And also there was like a few problems at home going on and like other personal problems. So like it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna try to fix every problem. But that turned into me trying to fix my problems every day.
Mhm.
So I was pretty much trying to fix something that like there's nothing to fix pretty much. And then next you know it, like it was just this one time where like I was trying to fix like those like I was like trying to like get each thought and like fix all of them, but all of a sudden I just felt like my heart racing really really fast, like my whole body turned cold, like everything just went cold,
Yeah.
and I just like started shaking, and then I was like what, and then like that scared me, and then once that was over I was like whoa, what was that? I was like what was that, like what? Yeah, I was just confused on what that feeling was. So yeah, I immediately went to Google to ask what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that from there it was downhill. Yeah, and I was just searching up stuff like oh like I think I'm going crazy, stuff like that, and oh my god, the amount of stuff I found on Google from that little search messed me up really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, gotcha. So then what happened after that? So then you got the panic attack, started going on Google. Um, it started affecting your school, right? And
Yeah.
even your sports. What happened after that? Like, well, like, yeah, what were you experiencing after that?
Um, like when that happened, it was actually during like summer. So like I wasn't in school when I got that whole like panic attack and stuff like that.
Hmm.
It was actually the end of my sophomore year when yeah, I did experience all that. But then like once my panic attack like and all that happened, when like all the Google searching, I was in summer.
Mhm.
So from there, like I pretty much just dedicated a lot of my time just to like trying to find out what is that I feel. And like I was like pretty much just talking to people. Like I went from focusing on my training, and from focusing on like looking for colleges, I went from focusing on like what I need to do to like pretty much just focusing on like ways to like help me and stuff like that. So I was just trying to talk to people. I think I went to like priests and stuff, and I'm like I'm feeling this, and like they didn't know. They're just like, oh, just pray to God, and I was just like okay, I will, but that didn't really help me if I'm gonna be honest. To
Did you ever feel like it was like something like physical? Like, did you ever like go to the doctors repeatedly, or did you know like pretty quickly that it was anxiety, but you didn't know what to
Oh
do?
no, I did think it was like something physical. Or actually, no, I think I knew it was more of like mental health, like,
Mhm.
because I was okay. I think that was a panic attack, so I think I just need to go to like therapist and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I did go to, oh yeah, I also went to therapist. I'm sorry. I went to like therapist, and when I went there, they told me that like, oh, like, you just need to like cope and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And like I have to like pretty much like try meditation. I have to try like a lot of other things. Like I think there's this like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. But like I none of those worked at all for me because
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I could meditate, but I'm gonna have to meditate the whole day. I'm gonna
Mhm.
have to do those coping mechanisms the whole day because like they're gonna, yeah, they'll work for me, but when I'm doing it. But once I finish doing those coping mechanisms, like it would come back rushing in. So I was like, no, this is not working for me at all. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sounds really
Uh-huh.
familiar to me too.
Oh
So
my God, no, they didn't work at all for me. And what scared me too is that there's this one therapist, she told me that she had anxiety too. So I was like, no, like I want to recover from this. Like I don't want to cope or live with it. I want to recover from it.
yeah.
So yeah, but overall I think that was a little helpful, but it didn't help me at all like to like go back to my living styles because I was still like every single day I was just still really scared about like the symptoms, and I was still confused in what was going on and everything, because what I also had was racing thoughts. So I always like thought like, oh, like something's gonna happen to me, or like or if anything, when I googled those things, like what's going on, like it says something about like schizophrenia, bipolar, and like a lot of other things. So I was just like, oh my God, I think I have that. I think I have that. I think I have that. And yeah, like it got to the point where like I started like noticing that like everything looks unreal. So I told my therapist that I was like, everything's looking kind of unreal.
Mhm.
And she told me, oh, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. So I think we're gonna have to send you to someone else. And
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I mean, okay. So they sent me to someone else, and she was actually like a psychologist for schizophrenics,
Mhm.
because they started thinking that maybe I do have it. But once I went with her and I talked to her, they told me you do not have it at all. Like you do
Mhm.
not have schizophrenia. There's no way you don't have it because you're not seeing anything or hearing anything, right? And I'm just like, I mean, no, but I feel like maybe it could come to me. Like maybe it could come to me. And I just kept thinking it could still come, it could still come. And then they're like, no, it's genetic. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's genetic, but like what if I'm the first one that's like gonna be in my family to have it? And I like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And yeah, and I was just thinking that I'm like, what if like it's just, I don't know, like the chemicals just make it, I don't know, make it so I could be the first one in my family to have it and stuff like that. Oh my God, I was just going downhill with that. But no, I did kind of get calmed down because like psychologists did tell me, oh well, I work with schizophrenics people and you don't have it, so you don't have to worry about it at all. And
Yeah.
I was like, that kind of did like calm me down. But then I moved on to the next, and I was like, okay, I could be bipolar then. I could be bipolar, or I could like have OCD and stuff like that. Which OCD I did kind of have a little bit, if I'm gonna be honest, I did have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just I just kept going to like the next thing. And yeah, I think after that, after the anxiety got really bad, I started feeling like numbness and stuff like that, or like I stopped feeling emotions and I couldn't feel anything at all. And I think that scared me a lot because I just knew, okay, now I know there's something more wrong with me because I can't feel any emotion anymore. Like I can't feel, I just feel blank. And that was very terrifying for me, if I'm gonna be honest. It was really like scary. So I would look that up and oh my God, more stuff would come on, like, oh, like sociopaths, like oh my God, and like other stuff like I think there's like the other people, I don't know what they're like, psychopaths or stuff like that. And
Mhm.
I was like, oh my God, like they don't feel anything, they're numb, that could be me. Oh my God. But no, it's not true because like they don't feel anxiety. I felt anxiety. So I was like, oh my God, like there's no way I could have been a psychopath or sociopath. And I would like obsess about it for such a long time. It could be me. Oh my God, I don't feel anything. Oh my God. But no, because I did feel anxiety also. So there's no way. Yeah,
So,
it was just
yeah.
so it was after like it could be this, it could be this, it could be that. Yeah, it was just so many symptoms of those. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of what if situations. So how
Yeah.
long did this go for? How long?
Wow. It went for like 3 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, it started when I was 16, and I'd say, yeah, it just barely ended. Well, not ended, but like all like my symptoms are like gone like this year. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't feel anything. Like I feel good now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so it took 3 years, if I'm gonna
yeah.
be honest.
And so how did you stumble across like my stuff? Like how did that process look? And how was like your recovery journey? Once you started realizing, okay, this is what it is. How did that process look like for you?
Well, wow. Okay, so I actually ran into your channel, I think in 2019 or 2020.
Oh, that's when
Um,
it came out. That was
yeah, when
the first,
yeah,
that's when I first, that's when I created it. Oh, yeah.
yeah, like I actually ran into it because I'm telling you, like I didn't sleep. There was times where I didn't sleep a lot. I didn't there was nights where I didn't sleep. So I was just like again searching stuff like just stuff that could help me. And
Mhm.
yeah, I ran into your channel. And yeah, like I started seeing a lot of things that I related to, and that like just overall just made me happy because I was like, okay, at least I know there's a way to get out. Like at least I know there is a way to get out of this.
Mhm.
So when I ran into your channel, I think I tried to get into your program, but I wasn't able to because I wasn't 18.
Mhm.
I was I think I was like 16 or 17 at that time when I ran into your program. So
Mhm.
I wasn't able to get in, but I did get your book. There is this book right there that was there, and it was a free copy. I downloaded that, and honestly that book really helped me overcome the derealization, depersonalization, and the scary irrational thoughts by myself. So I recovered from your book alone from with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. With your book, I recovered from those three. Yeah, by myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but then I was like, I still I was still feeling anxiety. I still had like the heart palpitations. I still I had this weird thing where like I could feel like my legs like they could fall like at any second. And like if I was just like standing, and so like dizziness, I felt a lot of dizziness. I saw a lot of like the I think it's like the floaters. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I saw
Afterwards.
so many floaters everywhere. And
Yeah.
like that would mess me up a lot. I'm like, is it a mosquito? Yeah, but no, like there was just, and then yeah, and I did have like a lot of like scary thoughts like too, but it wasn't the really bad ones that were really bad. But and then so that's when I was thinking, so like in May of 2022, I was like, wait, I'm 18. Oh my God, I could get in the program now. Cause like I'm like I could, yeah, I'm old enough to get in now.
Yeah.
And at that time I was at school. I was at school, and it was really I guess I also experienced brain fog
Mhm.
because whenever my professor like talked and stuff like that, like I oh my God, I was just always like on my own thoughts and everything. Like I could never focus on what my professor was saying.
Mhm.
So like it was horrible. And plus like I also had like a lot of like heart palpitations during class.
Yeah.
So I could never focus on like class or anything because I was just always like, oh my God, like, oh, like my heart is these thoughts, or I could never focus on anything. So that's when I was like, I need to get in this program. Like I'm 18. Oh my God. So yeah, I got in your program in like May of this year, 2022. And from there, like immediately after like watching like the first I think it was like the first 3 weeks. Like oh my God, that was just a big difference for me. It was pretty cool because I was like, wow, like I learned so much about the nervous system and all that. You just have to let the adrenaline burn pretty much. And it was pretty cool. And then like I really liked how I also had to I was able to ask Kaylee questions because I think that was really important. Cause like that was just really important because I would ask a question to Kaylee and like she knew exactly what to do and she knew exactly how to give me the advice that I needed to hear. And literally after I like would hear her advice, I was literally redirected to like a new path that was that actually benefited me and that worked. I was like, wow, that's amazing because like it just clicked for me like that. But another thing I also did on your thing you have like the coaching calls, the
Yeah.
recorded.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
recording.
Oh, super helpful too. I got in those and like I started watching like I just started watching them, and that was also honestly really helpful because a lot of like the mentors, they had like the same questions I had. So I pretty much got my answers from them. And oh my God, like I feel like I know Merca, I feel like I know Chib, I feel like I know like everyone there because like I was like I literally noted everything down in here from stuff that they would say into my little notebook.
Oh my God.
And
Good. You're
yeah,
great. You're a great student. Yeah. You probably heard my coaching calls too of like me. But do you see like how it's like so many of the same questions and you're like, oh my God, like, and
everyone has
so,
the same question. Like they had my questions. Like it's just amazing because like I was just like wow, like I could really relate to them, and like the answers that the mentors would give them like would help me then, and that's how I would go forward like with my recovery too. And yeah, and like little by little, like I think another big thing that really helped was just trusting you guys blindly. Like I literally just had because there were times where I was like, no, there's no way. Like I'm not gonna recover. Like, because I'm personally like I'm not a disciplined person. So I was like, okay, maybe that person is pretty disciplined. Like I know they're gonna make it out like that. But no, I was able to do it too. Like I was, yeah, like I started noticing my symptoms were go away, like the heart palpitations, like those went away first, if I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
Like because I remember you said, oh, it's like the adrenaline and then you have to let the adrenaline burn off, and
Mhm.
that is so true because adrenaline does always end. And there would be nights where like the I would be high on anxiety, but then like I would be like, okay, Shaan just said let the adrenaline burn, just let the adrenaline burn, fine, I'm gonna trust him, I'm gonna do it, and it would go away, like it actually went away, and then I would fall asleep. And
Yeah.
like I was like, wow. And I would wake up, I was like, wow, I fell asleep tonight. That's amazing. Yeah. So that yeah, like I just started like just doing what you guys said. Like even if I was in denial, because I was in denial a lot, I was like, there's no way I could recover. Like there's just no way that I could at least move forward from this. But yeah, like I did. And it's just like I was you just I just have to blindly trust you guys, and that's what helped me, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
That's it's really amazing how you say that. Well, number one, you were the one that put in the work. Yeah, we guided you and stuff, but you really
God,
should be
thank
proud
you.
of yourself. Sorry, because you just yeah, I always say I'm like, look, we could show you, but you know, like how you had that trust. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
trusted. Like, you have to have the trust in order to let that adrenaline burn. And if you
No,
don't have that,
exactly.
you won't do it. You just won't take the leap. And so you
Hmm.
did that, and and that's it. And that was the biggest part. So I mean, it's amazing. And Kaylee, she's an incredible coach.
Oh yeah, she's really
In a lot
good.
of ways, I think I learn a lot from her. I learn a lot from Merca. I think honestly, to a certain degree, like they're even better in a lot of ways. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's great that you were able to learn and you're really able to like put in the work, and you should really be proud of yourself. Really.
Thank you. I am because there was many times where I was like, no, there's no way I can do it. Cause like, like you just start comparing yourself. Like you're just like, okay, no, like they're more disciplined. They probably can do it. They're gonna get out like that. But no, it's just like, yeah, someone has to put in their own work, and then yeah, like anyone could get out of it. Like anyone. Cause I'd say I'm not a very disciplined person. I'm not, no, oh my God, no. Like I'm not disciplined at all. And like being consistent on that, oh wow. No, like there, but yeah, it's just you just have to make sure, okay, like you just gotta do it. It's just do it, Nike, you just have to do it. And I feel like that's the only way, yeah, that would like help you. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah,
can I actually read like the stuff that I was like
of
thinking about? Yeah.
course. Yeah,
I
go.
noted it down.
Of course, of course.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, whatever you wrote down. Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
my God, good. Okay. Well, there is this one. Okay, I already said this pretty much. Like, remember to state how you had to be consistent over that. So yeah, you have to be consistent even after failing continuous times. You still got up every time, and that overall made you more confident and refocusing, which is very true. Cause like, yeah, it's like I did mess up a lot, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know, that little zigzag that you said, that to recovery and stuff like that. Oh wow, I fell so many times, if I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, it got to the point where I started to be in denial and be like, is there actually a way out or something like that? But no, like it's just about like being consistent, and again, like just trusting you guys, just blindly, just being like, okay, you know what? They made it, they said they did it. Okay, you know what? I can too. So I'm just gonna keep on going. And I think that was like really hard because like there would be times where like I still would feel anxiety for like a good week. Like it didn't go away for that whole week. So I was like, no, my God, But I remember I saw Merca, she said, like in this one video, she said that you have to like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. Oh my gosh, yeah. She said, yeah, it's hard. Like it's really hard, but like at least you have to do it the right way. Like just do it the right way. Like don't like fall into like this hole and just like overthink it. No, like do it the right way, pretty much. Like just respond correctly every single time. And I kind of made that into a habit. Yeah, like every single time where like I would get like those anxious feelings. I remember I used to like fall into this hole and be like, oh, like I'm so sad. Like there's no way I can do this now. But I remember just Marco said like, oh, just do it the right way, like refocus and all that. And that's what I did. And I feel like that's a big thing that honestly got me out of like the really really bad emotions, because I did go through a lot of emotions, if I'm gonna be honest. Like for everything, like I would be like, oh, like there's no way, there's no way, and I would fall into like this rabbit hole of like sadness and all that. And no, but even if I did feel sadness, like I remember America said like, okay, do it the right way. Yeah, like feel it, okay, but like do it the right way and refocus, because those are just emotions and stuff. So I think, yeah, that honestly really helped me with that part. So, and that's how I got like really far in my recovery progress. Okay. Another thing I said, you can 100% overcome anxiety and go back to living over that. Yeah, I know you can. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm like at the brink of it, of like just going back to like living my life. But yeah, no, you can 100% can do it. Yeah, there's no way that you can't. Like, you just have to be consistent and like listen to the mentors because they know exactly what they're doing. Another thing is, oh my God, I said this, you are in good hands with Shaan and the mentors. Yes, you guys are. And oh yeah, and then I think I already said everything. Blindly trust the mentors. It's okay to feel skeptical about it because I mean you've tried everything, but this new method, which is a challenging one, is the right way, and it really works. It's worth it, and I'm saying that with heart because it really works. Like I never thought that I would actually be able to like sit down and just actually observe what's around me, and to actually not feel my heart palpitate, and to actually just like see the clouds go by, or literally just like listen to my music at peace. Like I never thought I'd ever get to that. Like I thought I was like lost forever, and that I would never like be able to like live my life again, or like to at least even be at peace with breathing and like actually feel like my breath. Like I didn't think I'd ever get to that. But yeah, like I'm honestly like there at that point where like I'm actually able to like breathe and just be me and just simply be. I never thought I would be there, but I am. And I know that anyone could too. Like anyone could get there too. And I know that the work is really hard, but like it's really worth it. Yeah, it's so worth it. Okay, another thing I said is Kaylee's advice, you have to start, be consistent, then the motivation will come after. Oh my God, yeah, that one's really good. Because during my recovery also, I remember I was like, okay, yeah, like I remember Shaan said that recovery is a consequence and all that. But I really was really stuck with these emotions. Like I had really bad depression. So I was like really stuck with like the emotions and stuff. Like, okay, like, yeah, I know Shaan said it's a consequence, but I don't have the motivation to do it. Like I don't have like the motivation to actually respond correctly. I don't have the motivation to like actually like get into the habit of going like back to school, like the gym and stuff. Like I don't have the motivation to do any of that. So I don't know how I'm gonna get better. But then Kaylee told me, no, well, you have to start and be consistent, and then the motivation will come after. And that is so true. It's so true because I pretty much just started with no motivation. I was like, you know what, again, I'm just gonna trust Kaylee. Like, I'm gonna let her drag me out, and I'm just gonna trust her with that. So I just started with what's it called, with responding correctly with the symptoms. I just started doing that. And yeah, again, little by little, I just started to see progress. I was like, whoa, okay, my heart, okay, if it does palpitate, it'll palpitate for 1 second and I'm over it. I was like, wow, like that's pretty cool. And if I did get those scary thoughts, I'll be like, okay, it's just a thought. And like I started getting from like maybe like 10 thoughts a day to like one in one day until like I don't have none at all. Like I don't have any scary thoughts anymore. So I was just like, oh my God, Kaylee was so right with that. Like, yeah, like you just have to start and be consistent, and then the motivation will come after. So yeah, when I started noticing that like my symptoms were going away, I was like, okay. I was like, let's go even more. Like let's do it. So that's when I just started doing it even more, even more, even more, even more. And I started seeing progress, like I just started seeing progress a lot. Yeah, that was pretty awesome, if I'm gonna be honest. That was amazing to see that. And oh, again, I said which was true because Shaan always talked about freedom, like going back to living as a consequence of putting in the work, which is true, but it was really hard for me because I had no motivation. Yeah, like that's what I had written down here pretty much. Yeah, I think what else did I have here? Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Like all I had to say, pretty much. Oh, these are like the more symptoms that I had. Okay, I had like feelings of endless doom, like I was trapped. Okay, yeah, I had this analogy that I always talked about when I tried to explain my anxiety and all that to like, I'm sorry, to my family members and stuff like that. When I tried to explain my anxiety to my family members, I just explained it to them like the eye of a hurricane. And I told him I felt like I was in the eye of the hurricane, and that whenever I tried to do anything, like it was the wind around it. Like it was just the anxiety, this horrible symptoms, and that I couldn't get out of it at all. Like I just felt like I was just trapped in the eye of the hurricane the whole time. But yeah, and oh yeah, and again, like the problem was no longer my school, my sport, my personal problems. Like my problem was now like the anxiety, because like I didn't understand it at all. But yeah, these are just more stuff. Like I went from like happy, oh yeah, I went from happy to sad and stuff like that. But yeah, if anything, yeah, I think I've said everything here, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Oh, you're on mute.
Hey, it was great. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you in any way. No, that's
Okay.
amazing. Like all those things you wrote out, those are those are incredible. Those are really good feedback. And it's great that you were able to. So for me, it's really interesting to watch because it's like, okay, you say you're like not a very disciplined person, but like,
No.
but I feel like it does take a little bit of discipline. I feel like you do have a little bit of discipline in the
Mhm.
sense of like, being able to do the work initially and the motivation comes later. I always feel like it's always
Right.
trust, It was the same thing with me.
Yeah.
I just had to trust. I didn't
You
know if it
had
was gonna
to.
work, but it was like, what other thing do I have? Like I literally have to let go. And I also had those doubts, and you did too. And so
Uh-huh.
glad, right, that we learned to let go so that we could, get to recovery.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. It was, yeah, for sure. It was for sure the trust for me. Like I was like, okay, I just need to trust you guys because you guys said you went through it too. Okay, fine. Yeah, I remember there was even times where I'm like, did they actually go through it? Like, did they actually? Because they look fine. Like they're,
Everybody thinks that. Everyone's like, did they
yeah.
really go through it? And for us, it's really interesting because like we remember going through it, and we were like,
Uh-huh.
the fact that people look at us and don't believe we went through it is kind of surprising. Like I honestly
Yeah.
took it as a compliment. I really did. Because when I was
Uh-huh.
going through it, my biggest fear was I wasn't going to be able to shake this off.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was like, people are even denying I even went through this. Oh, wow. I've done really well, like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, I thought the same thing when I read the books, when people claimed, I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't even know these people. Is it true? But it was just like, well,
Right.
yeah.
No, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
amazing because like well, yeah, like I don't feel any physical symptom anymore. Like I did have really bad, scary thoughts. Like, but yeah, it's because my nervous system was sensitized. Like I remember, oh my, this is really bad, but there was a cockroach and I killed it. And it was those times when I had those like really bad thoughts, like, oh, like, and I just said, oh my God, I killed it. I'm like a psychopath who just kills like anything and stuff like that. But that's because my nervous system was
Yeah.
so like sensitized. And I actually got scared from that thought. I'm like, oh my God, I am one. But no, like now, oh my God, I could kill a mosquito like that. And like I don't even think about it like that. Like I'm good. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's amazing to have seen the progress. It's really amazing because I didn't think I would be the person to actually get better at all. But yeah, just like me, anyone else could.
Yeah. How's your
Yeah.
life looking now? Like, what are some of the things you're focusing on now? Like,
Oh, now?
yeah,
Oh, wow. So now I have a job. I have a job. I'm doing school. It's my second year in school, and I'm actually doing better. My grades are getting really good right now. I had my two midterms, and honestly, like I know I did pretty good because I felt so confident through everything.
mhm.
And my job, I'm doing pretty good too. I'm doing register, which is something I would have never thought I would have ever been able to do because I used to be like really scared of talking to people, but no, now I'm at register and I'm like taking people's orders and stuff. Another thing I do is I'm dancing. I take salsa classes, so I'm in salsa club at my school.
Nice.
Um, Another thing I do, I'm just doing a lot of stuff, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, like I'm actually like, yeah, I'm just doing stuff like doing salsa club, doing school and work.
Yeah.
Everything's looking pretty
Anxiety is not a
good.
big part.
I'm sorry.
Anxiety is not a big part of,
Honestly, oh no, like I'm going to the gym too. I'm
yeah.
going super early, like at 6. I wake up like at like 5:50 and I go to the gym at 6 and like yeah, like I'm doing just a lot of stuff that I don't think I've ever would have done before either. I think I told you this. Like I wouldn't have done this like before anxiety either. Like even when I was good, I would have never woken up that early. But no, like I'm actually yeah, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And like I say, I mean, you did the work. It was all on you, and you have it. And now you have this skill for life. So you'll be
Yeah.
able to apply it in other
Honestly,
situations. You'll see.
no, yeah, I've noticed, yeah, like I still apply the refocusing stuff for like many other things, like stuff like that, not even like with anxiety. Like let's say like something like I don't know, like I watched a sad movie or something like that. Like I yeah, like I would feel the emotions. Okay, I feel sad, but like I'm not gonna like be sad for like a whole hour now. Like I would just like watch it and I'll be like, oh, okay, like I'll refocus, do what I gotta do again. And yeah, like it's like it's a good habit that I feel like I ended up building
Yeah.
that's gonna like help me for like a lot of things. Cause I used to be a very emotional person. Actually, I still am. Like I'm a very emotional person. I'm very like sensitive to a lot of things, but now I don't like dwell on stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Cause like even before anxiety, yeah, I was an emotional, sensitive person. I used to dwell on many things. But
Yeah.
now like I don't think twice about it. Like I'm just like, okay, I feel this, okay, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do now. So I feel like it's like a really good habit that I just like built. Like, yeah, like it's pretty amazing too that I got something out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I got something out of going through that. Yeah,
I
it's
think
pretty cool.
I think you're really lucky because you're so young, and there's
Uh,
you'll be able to utilize it so much in so many different aspects of like your career and like and all these other like avenues in life. That's what I feel, because I was a little older when I fell in. I was like 22, I think 21, something like that. So long ago
uh-huh.
now. But yeah, but let's say 22. Yeah. And but like I still feel like it was a huge advantage for me. Like I feel like a big
Yeah.
like I'm able to even do what I do was because what I learned from anxiety recovery, and it's just the same principle. It's just different,
Yeah.
domains in life. So
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I do think of that too. I'm just like, oh wow, like I feel like I'm pretty like set for it. Like I feel like I'm set to for like anything to happen. Like I know what to do now. Like I just, like if anything happens, I could just like, okay, feel it, then refocus and all that. Cause I feel like that's just something very valuable that I learned like through this whole journey. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'll just be honest, it's pretty amazing to be here. I'm very grateful because I didn't think I would ever get out of that. It was horrible. Like I remember I cried every single day. I'll be honest. I cried like every single day. I know I affected my family members too, because like I always sent them voice messages. It was during COVID, right? Like when I went through this, it was all during COVID. So like
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything to do but to like try to find a way out.
Yeah.
Like I literally didn't do anything but try to find a way out through the whole time of COVID, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I did have fun, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, like I did try to live my life during the anxiety and all that, but I never enjoyed the moment. Like I never genuinely was able to be there, be present, and enjoy life and like with the people who were with me. Like no, I was not able to enjoy it at all. If anything, like I just felt like I was just there. Like I was just there. And like I felt so bad because like everyone just had to like I don't know, like they didn't understand me, but like it was okay. Like at that point I was like, it's fine, like I'm just here living, it's okay. But it's crazy because now I could like genuinely like after the whole program and everything and like learning about all that, like I could actually genuinely enjoy a time out with friends. Like
Yeah.
I could actually like yeah, I could enjoy every single moment now. Yeah, and like I could listen to music and sing along with my friends. Like I'm not faking that I'm happy. I'm not faking a smile anymore. I'm not like faking a laugh. Like I'm genuinely feeling the laugh now. Cause
Yeah.
I think I told you this, like I did feel numbness. Like there's a time where I didn't feel anything at all. And
Yeah.
that was horrible because I was not able to enjoy anything, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, like I like in the moment I was just wasn't there. Like I was never present. I was always like, oh, like I feel this, how horrible. Like I need to do something.
Yeah.
No, but now I could genuinely just be. And that's amazing because I didn't think I would ever get out of that. Ever. But no, yeah, I got through the really bad symptoms now. And yeah, like just by trusting you guys, honestly, just trusting you guys, that was like the most biggest thing for me again. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. If you had to like, I mean, you said so many good things, you wrote so many good things down, but if you had to say like maybe one or two pieces of advice for somebody who's like, you kind of said a few things, but is there anything else you wanted to add to somebody who's, in the cycle, who feels, a little hopeless or unsure, feels unique? What would you tell them?
Okay. Wow. Okay. So again, yeah, you really have to like just trust like the mentors with like everything. You have to trust them with all you got. You just have to blindly just trust them because they will get you out and you will start feeling like normal again. Like I didn't think I would ever feel normal. I was like, oh no, like I know I'm not normal there. But no, like you could genuinely feel like back to like you could feel like I guess like a how do I say it? Like you could go back to like having a stable mental health again.
Yeah.
It's so possible. Yeah. But another thing I would say is that you're going like it's gonna be really like horrible. You're gonna like it's not horrible. Oh my god, oh no, I do not want to tell you guys. No, it's not that it's gonna be horrible, but no, like it's gonna be really hard. You're gonna be like failing a lot. You're gonna have to try again and again and again and again. You're gonna have to keep on, but you just have to keep on going because yeah, you are gonna have to try again, and it is gonna get frustrating because it's gonna get to the point where like no, it's not like I'm not gonna get better. I am unique, or no, like it's because like that person, I'm not disciplined or stuff like that. You are gonna feel that way, but just know that you just have to like get up every single time. You always have to get up, always, because that's getting up. Like that's literally what's gonna like get you out. That's really what's gonna get you to a place where you're like genuinely happy and okay with being.
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be honest. You just have to go, you're gonna fail, get back up, fail, get back up, fail, get back up, fail, get back up, get up like the baddest person that you are, because like you are honestly gonna like make it through. You will. One day you're gonna like make it through and you're gonna be like, wow, I did that, just like me. That's gonna be you guys too. You're gonna be like, wow, I did that. Yeah. And it's gonna feel amazing. It's gonna be so worth it. So just put in the work right now. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You guys are gonna be fine. I know you guys are gonna be fine. Yeah, I didn't think I would ever be fine. No, you will be fine. Everything's gonna be even better, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say keep going until it clicks. You know,
Good. Yeah.
to get up, you have to fail, and then it'll just click, and you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. And then you just kind of develop a new habit, and then it works for you, and then you start seeing it, and then you just keep going. So
yeah, those aha moments. Oh, you're gonna get them for sure. Yes.
So this was amazing. I'm so glad
thank you.
we got to do this. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. You should come back again.
Thank you. I hope I can. I'd love to. But yeah, you guys got this. Thank you so much, Shaan, for having me here. And thank you so much for your program. It's changed my life in so many ways.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys later. See you guys in the next video.